Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing absolutely amazingly. I was tagged by the lovely Sophie to do the luxury addict tag, and I know that a couple of you had requested it on some other videos, so I thought it was about time that I did it. There are 8 questions, so I'm going to get straight into it, but before I do, make sure that you hit the subscribe button below because I'm doing 2 videos a week at the moment. Let's get into the questions. Question number 1 was, what was my first designer piece? Now, I come from a family that are quite into designer pieces, like my dad's side of the family. My mum's side, not so much, but yeah, my grandma's very, very snazzy, and my dad's got some really good taste, and so is my stepmum. So it's kind of in my blood. Mum's side of my family, my nonna was a Savile Row tailor, but I guess that's kind of like more menswear and stuff like that, but still. I'm from a very fashion-orientated family, and it was kind of in my blood from the word go. So my first designer piece that my parents bought me, my dad bought me a pair of Gucci sunglasses when I was like 16, and they were those really sort of J-Lo-esque sunglasses that had like beige lenses and gold rims, like really thin gold rims, and I absolutely loved them. I don't know where they are now. No idea, but I loved them at the time. Very dated now, but very, very J-Lo. But the first item that I bought myself was a Mulberry Daria satchel, and it was whilst I was at university, and I think that it's kind of the point when I realised that, wow, it felt good to have my own money. It made me realise that I didn't want to ever depend on anyone, and I always wanted to just be able to walk out and just buy myself my own handbag if I wanted to. So yeah, I think that buying that handbag was actually a really important part of my life because it taught me how important it is to have your own money. But I think I sold it in the end because I do tend to do that quite a bit. When I get tired of bags, I just sell them on. But that was one of about 5 Mulberry handbags that I bought whilst I was at university. I was very good with my money whilst I was at uni. I worked 3 jobs. I just didn't want to be a broke-ass student. I wanted to have my own money, and I wanted to still be able to live and to do things. Contrary to popular belief, I don't live off my parents, and I have never lived off my parents, so yeah, it's always been my money that I've been spending, apart from when I was 16 and he bought me those sunglasses. Question number 2 is, what is your best investment piece? Now, I mentioned in my what's in my handbag video that I don't really tend to buy things for investment. Like I don't ever buy things with the intent to sell them on for more money. I buy designer pieces and high-end pieces because I just enjoy it. It's like my little guilty pleasure that I enjoy doing. I love handbags, I love shoes, I love finding something that makes you feel good when you wear it, and it's really not about like investing my money to make money on it, although there have been occasions when I have, but it's not something that I set out to do. If we're talking about making money on something, I'd probably say it was my Louis Vuitton Speedy 35 handbag that I had, and I actually bought my first one secondhand for about £200 on eBay. I had it authenticated by the Purse Forum, so it was completely legit, and I wore it so much, and then I realised that I wanted a newer one because it kind of aged a little bit. So I actually ended up selling it on for like £350 or something ridiculous like that, so I actually made like £150 on that bag, and then I put that money to get myself a new Speedy 35, which I've now sold anyway. In terms of just general wear and love for an item, it would definitely be my Louis Vuitton Capucines BB bag. You would have seen this in my last What's in My Bag video, and it's also got a full review on there, so I will pop a link to all about this bag in the description box below. But yeah, cost per wear, I've definitely used this bag the most. I love it the most. It still looks great. It doesn't even look like I've worn it. So yeah, it's definitely this bag for that one. Question number 3 is, what is your criteria when looking for a designer piece? So this is a difficult one because I just tend to sort of buy what I like and what I want at that moment in time. Obviously I think about things a lot, and I don't often impulse buy, like that's very rare. I do tend to think about purchases a lot. I like to style them up in my mind, like how will I wear them? What will I wear them with in my wardrobe currently? Do I have shoes that go with them? Do I have other accessories that go with them? And then I'll think, is it going to be something that I wear for a long time, and can I resell it if I don't wear it? So those are all things that I think about. I also sometimes think, can I just get this secondhand? Like, do I need to buy this full price? Because I do sometimes like to buy things secondhand, especially if they're really, really expensive. But most of the time nowadays, I do buy things new just because it's easier and you've got that peace of mind. I try as much as possible to stay away from trend-driven designer pieces at the moment, because I have bought a few in the past, kind of like the Chloe Faye and things like that, and they're lovely bags and I love Chloe, but they do date and they do go out of fashion, so I kind of have to like ignore Instagram and all of the amazing bags that you see on there and try and stay away from it. Although I have just bought the Gucci bag that everyone's got at the moment, so that might be, I mean, I don't know if that's going to be timeless or not, but I did want quite a pretty summer bag with like flowers on, and that one was just perfect. So we're just going to ignore that one for the moment, but generally I try and stay away from the trend sort of pieces, and that are going to stand in good stead in my wardrobe, and I'm not going to have to worry about them dating or anything like that. Dating? Yeah. Question number 4 is, what is the stupidest or most regrettable purchase that you've ever made? Now this was a toss-up between 2 pairs of shoes, and the pair that I decided is the most regrettable just sort of like clinched it a little bit. But it is the Christian Louboutin Pagale or Pagale 120 heels. These were probably my first designer shoe purchase, I would say. I hate them. I genuinely hate these shoes, like more than anything in the world. I love Christian Louboutin, I absolutely love the shoes, and I love the whole design, and I love everything that, like the look of them, but unfortunately, and I know that he is very vocal about the fact that they're not really made to be worn. Okay, these are the most glorified form of torture that I have ever owned. Biggest waste of money that I've ever spent on anything. Like I never wear them, they just sit in my wardrobe. I might as well throw them away because I just wouldn't wear them. You can't even wear them to dinner. Like I wore them to dinner a few months ago, and I literally got in the car, I got out of the car, I sat at the table, I got back in the car, and I went home. Like they were horrible to wear, and I really just think that I've reached the point where I would never buy another pair of Christian Louboutin heels because they're just unwearable, and it's just a bit sad really because I did love the look of them and they just look so beautiful on, but yeah, just completely impossible to wear. It was a toss-up between these and my new Dior shoes. As you guys will know, I had a bit of a drama because they were so painful, it was ridiculous. I have kind of managed to be able to make them so that I can wear them a bit now, so I felt like that justified them not making my most regrettable purchase, and these sort of clinched the win because I just can't wear these. There is no wearing these, it's just not possible. So yeah, I would not buy another pair of Christian Louboutin heels. Question number 5 is, if you've ever sold any of your luxury goods, have you ever got seller's regret? Now I sell my handbags and things like that quite regularly. I don't sell shoes as much because I do tend to wear them to death, but I do sell a lot of handbags because I get bored sometimes and I'm just like, I just don't wear that anymore, and I hate things just sitting in my wardrobe when I could be buying things that I'll wear now. So I'm not like against selling handbags, I'm quite happy to do that. I do think about it long and hard before I do because I don't want to regret it. So yeah, I do put a lot of thought into it, and I haven't ever regretted selling anything, thank God, touch wood. But yeah, I've sold a Chloe Faye, I've sold Louis Vuitton bags, I've sold YSL bags, I've sold Gucci bags. But yeah, I'm very good at knowing when I'm ready to sell something and when I'm ready to put that money to something else. So luckily, no regrets just yet. Question number 6 is, what is the one piece that you think that everyone needs or should own? I personally think that it's a good watch. Like whether you're a guy or a girl, I just think that having a good watch is important. I don't know whether it's because like my dad has good watches and my brother has good watches, and everyone in my family just tends to have a good watch, so I've just sort of been brought up around that, and the first thing that I really wanted to buy when I could afford to buy these things myself was I wanted to get myself a good watch. So yeah, I just kind of been brought up around that like mentality, and so the first thing that I wanted really was a designer watch, but they are like so expensive, it's ridiculous. So I actually only got my first one this year, and I got the Chanel J12 in the black, and this was part a Christmas present, part me paying for it from Ali, and I just love it. I wear it so much. I wear it every day basically. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I always find myself looking at. Like I love looking at people's watches, and I feel like it says a lot about you, like the style of watch that you go for and stuff like that. So yeah, I just think that you can't really go wrong with a good watch, and they don't tend to lose their value. High-end watches tend to hold their value really well, so yeah, they can actually be quite a good investment piece as well. So if you are that kind of person that does like to invest in your wardrobe, then these are definitely, like, watches are really, really good to do that with. But for me, again, it's just something that I wanted, so I got it and now I wear it, so yeah. Question number 7 is, what is a piece that you think is overhyped? And I kind of already touched on this, I guess. I just generally think that those it bags, like the seasonal bags that everyone has to have, are the things that get overhyped. I think that Sophie actually touched on this in her video, and yeah, you just see them on like everyone's Instagram account and you think, oh my god, like I need that bag, and then when you get it, you love it for a while and then you never wear it again. And so I think that that sort of like mentality makes me think, oh, I need this bag, oh, I need this bag, and in reality I'd rather just stick to like the timeless ones that you get from Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, Dior and things like that. That's the things that I think are really like overhyped, and yeah, I think that Sophie put it really well, so if you want to watch her video, I have popped a link to hers down below as well. And finally, the last question is number 8, and it's what is next on my wish list? And it's a bit of a difficult one, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel really like uninspired at the moment when it comes to fashion. Like I don't really know what I want in my wardrobe, and it's really difficult. So there's not like huge amounts. Like usually I'd be like, oh my god, like my wish list is like a mile long, but it's not at the moment. And the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head is that I would really like to get a Bauman blazer. I've seen loads of girls with them at the moment, and I'm such a blazer wearer that I know that it would get a lot of wear in my wardrobe, so that's something that I would really like to have at the moment. I'd just probably go for like the classic black with gold buttons. I don't usually buy designer like clothing because fashion moves so fast that I literally cannot afford to do that at all. So I tend to really buy from like ASOS, Topshop and Boohoo, rather than spending money on like really expensive designer clothing. But I think things like blazers never go out of style. Like they are a timeless piece, so I can justify a Bauman blazer, I think, hopefully. But yeah, so at the moment that is the only thing that is on my wish list, which makes me feel a little bit pathetic, but I don't really feel that inspired at the moment, so I'm hoping that that will change. Maybe when it gets a little bit sunnier, I'll know more of what I want in my wardrobe. But that's it for the Luxury Addict tag. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you've learned a little bit about how I buy things and my values when it comes to buying designer pieces. And yeah, I just hope that you have found this insightful. I'm not gonna tag anyone specific because I kind of feel like everyone's probably already done it anyway. But if you haven't done the Luxury Addict tag, then I'm tagging you because I just want to see more people doing it. I think that at the moment a lot of people are being bashed for liking designer pieces, and like I have had designer handbags on my blog since I started. Feel free to go back and check, and I feel like there's a lot of people bashing that at the moment, and it's not fair. So you should be able to share whatever you want on the internet without it being bashed all the time. So I want to see as many Luxury Addict tags as possible because I want to see what everyone's got in their wardrobes. Also, if I have mentioned anything that is for sale that you can still buy, I will pop links to it in the description box below. Whilst you're down there, you will also find all of my social media links, so if you wanted to come and follow on Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter, I've popped all of the links below. My Snapchat code is here, so if you did want to follow along on Snapchat and just see what I get up to on my day-to-day life, any rants that I'm having, any new purchases or anything like that, definitely come and follow me on Snapchat because that's my favourite platform at the moment. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!